Hello everyone, and welcome to the Iron Warrior Cosplay live stream with me, your host, Iron Warrior Cosplay. As you can see, things are a little bit different today. I have turned the workshop around, so that's interesting because having the workshop spun around is always a bit different. How are we all doing in chat? We have Mr. Titan, Witchlight, the Pengler, and Hazard 4 Eyes. Howdy, folks. How are we doing? So as you all know, speaking of train, Mr. Titan, the hype train is still currently under renovations, under restoration. It's currently being, completely revamped because obviously, sadly, even with the YouTube, audio system and having music and stuff like that, they're a bit funny with me using that particular chat. That particular music, sorry, not particular chat. I was just resetting chat. It's just been a bit funny. So what I've done is I've taken the original tracks and stuff like that, and I have now made my own version with some extra bits and stuff added inside it. So it's in the repair. It's in the workshop for repair. I'm really happy with how things are going, I'll tell you that much. Now, you can see things have turned around a little bit. This is the way things go. Also, actually, I need to check something super quick because I have changed the latency of the stream now completely. And I want to see where I am in terms of that. So if I go, hello. Oh, wow. Okay, so the stream latency is now very, very short, which makes me very happy, which means when I do something, there's not much time. I think there's 2 seconds, if that, between me saying something and you guys doing something. So give me thumbs up in chat if you guys can hear me and see me now. So that'll be really awesome. And then everyone who puts a thumbs up in chat, I'll be like, there you go, they can all hear me, and the latency isn't too bad. But today is indeed the Joy of Chaos painting stream. Now, as you all are aware, today I learned what latency means. Yeah, basically it just means by the time I say something here, and it's gone through the system, and gone online and gone to YouTube and gone to you guys. Well, I just checked my YouTube now, and there wasn't much of a gap between it, so that's pretty good. As you guys were here last time, whoever was here last time, you guys saw me painting the servo skull from the amazing guys over at the I'm really bad with names, as you all know, really bad with names. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names. I tell you, I'm the worst with company names, stream names, things like that, as I have to just sit there and learn them. Trident Future Works, that's the one. Trident Future Works. Thank you so much, Trident Future Works. You did possibly, you may have seen, that the Aquila for that servo skull that was hanging from the jaw of the servo skull broke off. That really sucks, I tell you that much. It really does suck. It is what it is. But me being the silver lining, every character has a silver lining kind of guy, this is a blessing in disguise. I'm going to use this as a weight on the bottom of a long banner that will now sit from a chain from the two servo arms, or the little servo arms, on the servo skull itself. So that's pretty awesome. Now, I'm just getting some little bits here set up. Like I said, I actually didn't, believe it or not, have much time to set up stream today because there was so much to do. So I'm now moving some bits around because tonight I have no moderator. We might have a moderator pop around in a bit, we'll see. But basically I don't have any moderators currently because I've told them to take the night off. Mainly because I can't actually pay them. Because I've been doing X amount of streams and I thought I would be making X amount of, members and stuff per stream. I tried to guesstimate it essentially, and it hasn't worked out as well as I thought. But here we are, here we are. We're still doing it. I've got my moderator chat up here just in case someone does jump in. There's no one there currently. But yeah, so just to test the latency, so just to test how things are going, for those of you in chat, all of you are green names, by the way, which I love. Can you put one of the logos that you get with it, you know, the can you put in like a hype train, or can you put in a shovel or a Thompson's 10-year roof sealer? Can you guys put something in just so I can see what the latency of the chat is like between me asking you guys to do something and you guys doing something? Oh wow, holy crap! It's like, it's so wow. Okay, awesome. That's so fucking good. I'm really happy with that. Holy crap. Yeah, holy crap. Well, actually, let's celebrate. Yeah, that's right. I got things working again. I got all my little, like, fun buttons and stuff working again, because I realized I had 2 different Stream Deck profiles, one for Twitch and one for YouTube. I kept the Twitch one because I copied everything over. But yeah, did the audio play as well? The da-da-da-da-da-da. I hope that played as well. That's really fun. I love that. Right, anyway, so as you all saw from my post prior to starting, I will be painting a lasgun today. Now, let me show you guys what I have done. This is what I've done. Here's one I made earlier. Now, you guys can't see me, but obviously I'm here. I've got a light shining down on everything, but this lasgun, I've realized, is very dark. Even though in person it's quite bright here and there, it's quite dark on camera. This camera doesn't pick up the light crazy well. So what I may do in a moment is I may bring the light further down so that I can shine a bit more light on it. But right now this silver is super bright, even though it's not actually bright. Like, my glove is as black as night. Like, that is just dark as anything. But if I go to here, you can see me and the table. Hello. So yeah, that's how things are working. It's working out really, really, really well. So yeah, another thing, like I said, I need to sort out is in chat when you guys type like your emotes and stuff, they don't come up on the chat on stream. It's just the colon hype colon underscore, that kind of thing. So I need to see if Streamlabs will allow me to do that. So yeah, right, it looks like a brand new one next to a one out one. It's really, really awesome. So right now I'll probably just stick to this camera, which means I can move my microphone and stuff around. I'm going to move to here. You guys can still see me. I also have just the table cam as well, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to work on the light super quick. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to go back to this camera, actually. We'll go back to this camera and I'll sort it out now. Okay. Let's see if that did any difference. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, it did. It actually did. It actually made a little bit of a difference. Cool. But I just realized you can see it on the camera a little bit. But that's fine. I don't mind at all. This is what streaming's all about. Those lasguns look so cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This is currently what I'm working on. So let's go to just table cam for now, and I'll show you guys. Right, so this here is my very worn out and quite old Lucius pattern lasgun. Okay, I by the way, I am looking at chat. I've got chat next to me, so I can still see you guys and talk to you. This is my, like, original, if you will, my current one. It's oh, actually, yes, yes, Commander Busman, or Comrade Busman. I love it. What are they made of, if I may ask? Yanovich and yourself had made me interested in making a Kree cosplay of my own. I've gotten a lot of it. Sorry, I've gotten a lot, but I'm lacking the lasgun anything so far. Well, I'll actually explain to you perfectly how this is made. So, believe it or not, by the way, I will be making a pattern and a full tutorial for this. So if you do want to build your own one, a pattern and a tutorial will be coming out at some point. I'm really excited for that. But just to explain to you how this goes together, it's all made of 10mm and 5mm EVA foam with PVC pipes, which is what these two are. In here is a bent steel bar that's about 8mm, and that steel bar is the same shape as this stock, and they both come together here in this centerpiece, and they go up into here, and one piece goes straight up to here inside the barrel, and the other to about here in this one because the bar was a bit longer. And inside here then is EVA foam that I've plunged inside where that holds it together. This and this get held together. This is another piece of 10mm foam, so it's 10mm foam and PVC pipe with a steel bar. I will be using aluminium bar possibly to make it lighter, but aluminium bar isn't magnetic, so that means I can't make the magazine detachable. Whereas, let me just show you. This is my newest one, and this new one has a removable magazine with a magnet on top of it. As you can see, the mask's off currently because I've been working on it, but it clicks in and it doesn't come out. Let me just really shake it. God damn. There we go. So just to show you that one little magnet, it's a little 5mm round magnet. It's super strong and it holds onto the steel bar that I've got inside this. Which, like I said, one comes up into here, one comes through here. But this one ends here instead of here, because it's a bit. I made it a bit longer here, so it's about here and there rather than like that. So it depends how you bend it. But it's super shaky like a suction raider, exactly. And it's just not. It's fine, and it's solid as a rock, so I love it. Oh man, that would be great. I used your gasfest pattern and tutorial. It was great. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Genuinely, thank you so much. Welcome, by the way. Thank you so much for being here, subscribing, liking, and joining the live stream. I really appreciate it. I'll pop back to this camera so I can just say hi. Hi, thank you so much. It's a bit of an odd one today. Normally I'm here facing the table this way, but I've turned my workshop table today to paint the las gun for you guys today on a stream. But what I wanted to do first was just explain some things. Back when I built this one, I did the paint job mainly by hand, with very little spray paints. Whereas this, I roof sealed it myself with a paintbrush, then did 2 coats of black and 2 coats of steel forged silver from the Color Forge. And then masked these off because I needed to do like all the dry brush silver and everything because I didn't want these to get painted yet in silver because they're not. They're going to be like wood, so I'm going to paint these wood. Now these two don't show up on camera crazy well, but these don't really look like wood, unfortunately, because back when I did do them, my painting skills weren't exactly, amazing, but it was good enough to do like a metal effect here. See that? There's like a cool textured metal effect here on both sides of the gun, so it looks like just a bit of textured metal over. I'm going to try and replicate that on this possibly, but that does also mean I'll have to darken this down with a bit of black maybe, and there's a lot of painting and stuff involved. But before any of that, it'll be time to do the coils first. So these are heat coils. These are heat coils that basically, because the Lucius pattern lasgun, the number 98 Lucius pattern lasgun, is so powerful because they up to the power. The power cells drain really quickly on these power packs, the magazines, if you will. They drain really quickly, but they also get super hot. So they added these on the 98 variant. They added these heat coils basically, which try and dissipate the heat from the barrel. To stop it from overheating too much. So I'm gonna start painting those first. I can actually take the magazine out of the way, so I've got less stuff in the way. And then I can... painting. Heck yes. Yes, indeed, Razzie. This is the Joy of Chaos painting stream, where we have joy painting. Yeah, I'll do it like that, and I'll turn it, actually. Move that, turn this that way. There we go, I can paint like that now. So the first thing we've got to do is... Oh, this bloody cable. Hold on, first thing I've got to do is get rid of this cable. There we go. Right, first thing I've got to do is paint these heat coils here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grab my brushes and stuff, which are here. I've got some rub and buff and stuff I'm going to use as well, so there's a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to use... Oh, actually, my brush is a bit fucked. I'm going to use this one. There we go. I need to get a new flathead brush so I can work on some other props and stuff, because I have ruined that one with all the stippling I've done. But I'll be using it again on this for stippling and the like. So I'm going to paint these jet black. And before stream, well, I say before stream, the other night before my servo skull painting stream, I masked these off between all the heatsink pipes because it's just I needed to do it. I'm even enjoying the lore info about the rifle. Well, it's I tell you what, out of every lasgun variant, this one's my favorite. This one's my absolute favorite because it's because they've overcharged it, because they thought we'll make it, the Krieg specifically as well. They absolutely love this gun, and it's so pretty. I just don't know the way it looks, the shape of it. I mean, I know I've added a skull and stuff to it. There's loads of different like drawings and artwork of them out there, so I thought I would make it a little bit of my own by adding like the skull motif in there. But yeah, I'm painting these jet black. They'll probably get a bit of dry brushing and stuff soon, but we'll see. But they're going to go jet black first. Life term for murder. Dun dun dun. This one is also my favorite. I like how much it resembles. Yeah, it's what gun is it? What gun does this look like? There's a lot of people have commented on my videos and TikToks and stuff, being like, "Oh, it looks like this particular rifle from World War One," and I'm like, "Ah, cool. Fuck, I have forgotten what it is." It's like Helldivers flicking the safe mode off on railguns. Yeah, it's so cool. N98? Was it a N98? I'll have to check. I will have to check the comments of my TikTok videos and stuff, because I cannot for the life remember what. A BAR! BAR! People are saying it looks like a BAR. That's people, by the way, not me, but, People are saying it looks like a BAR. Yeah. That's people in my TikTok comments stuff, by the way, not me. I don't want people thinking that's what I think. I think it looks like a number 98 Lucius lasgun. Because, it's just me. But yeah, people are saying it looks like a BAR. Right? That's literally what I've been like trying to wonder, is like, is there a different version of a BAR that I'm missing? Like, it's because that's what people are putting in my... If you go to my TikTok comments, some of them are, they go a bit nuts for the lasguns. Some people in my TikTok comments and stuff, they go a bit crazy for the lasguns. They like them almost as much as I like this one. I love this lasgun. So, like I said, there will be a tutorial. What I'm calling, by the way, an advanced tutorial, because of the amount of tools and difficulty there might be with some people to do this. So like I said, it'll be a bit of an advanced tutorial because of the amount of stuff you need, and you have to go out and buy this, that, and the other. You only need, like I said, you do only need a metal bar, PVC pipe, 10mm foam, 5mm foam. You don't need 2mm foam. There's no really a need for it, because there's not that much in terms of details on it. I use my Dremel to do the rivet details and stuff on here. Browning automatic rifle. Yeah, Browning automatic rifle is what people say this looks like. Now, whether it does or not, I couldn't tell you. I haven't looked up a BAR automatic... I haven't looked up a Browning in a while, actually. If Ranger of Krieg was here, he would know immediately. He would know the history and the lore. Like I said, I'm without moderators tonight, so I'm moderating for myself. Razzie, trying out more advanced techniques is the only way to progress. Exactly. So, yeah, it'll be a more advanced tutorial, because obviously it requires a lot more work. My chainsword, for example, that was a good tutorial. If you guys check that out, in the links below, there is a link to my Etsy, and on there you will find a chainsword, and along with that, a tutorial, a full tutorial, actually. I've actually been working on mine a little bit. I added more Evil Ted Greeblies to here. It's like there's another one here, and I even added some here and there, ones I'd already made. I wrapped the handle. I added this little, well, I say little. I added like this throttle lever, this little button. It's just a piece of very squishy trigger, and then I added this handle. Hand guard I made out of some scrap foam I had, and I think it looks all right. I could just hold there, press the trigger. I can hold it back a little bit. It's not bad. It's like I said. This is the one I made in the tutorial. I move that out of the way a little bit more. There we go. This is the one I made in the tutorial, and yeah, it's nice. Like I said, I didn't do any of this in the tutorial. I just built it just like the ones that you guys would build in your tutorials in your patterns and stuff. But then obviously you can do whatever you want to it, just like I've done with this. I've noticed it's a bit dark on camera. All my blacks are a bit like super dark on camera, which is a bit crazy. But I don't know whether that's the camera or whether that's the lighting. But the lighting is super bright next to me. It's like lit everything up properly like a Christmas tree, so not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, that is currently what my chainsaw looks like. It needs a bit more work, and then it needs maybe some spikes and stuff on it. Not like chaos ones, but just like some cool spikes, something on just to detail it a bit more. And then once it's done, I'll sand it down a little bit, and then I'll give it 2 coats of roof sealer, and then it'll be ready for paint. And that'll be another one I'm doing on stream as well. It'll be another Joy of Chaos painting stream. I did have a little plan to do this with people, but it's planning alone, especially for like the not Joy of Chaos, for the Season 5 It's Alive I did. That alone was just, my god, that was a lot of fun, but the planning side of things was so stressful. Where's the bayonet? The bayonet actually is in the house. I have a bayonet that fits my lasgun, the one I just showed you, this one. I have a bayonet for this one. Technically, because of the way I build my lasguns, this lasgun could also fit my bayonet. Because on every lasgun I build, I do this. See this little plug? I make this little plug. And this is the same size PVC pipe on both the lasguns. And I've got a bayonet that I made out of wood and EVA foam, and it's in the house, believe it or not, in my Krieg suitcase. And that I have on my belt at every con, and I can pull it out and I can pop it on, and it's just like off I go. It's pretty fun. I really enjoy it. Are you going with the spike bayonet or the knife? I've gone for the sword bayonet, like the long, thin. Well, you could say knife then, but it's quite lengthy and thin. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. Actually, if I can find a picture of it, I'll see if I can show you guys on stream. Let's see. Let us see. If I go to Iron Warrior Cosplay, there's his Facebook page. What a nice guy. Bayonet. Oh, actually, hold on. I just realised it's on one of my videos, I think. That's awesome. So many lasguns forget the bayonet and feels incomplete. I had to have a bayonet. I had to. At the beginning I didn't, obviously. Like the first con I went to, I didn't have a bayonet. I wanted a bayonet, so I decided to make one. The first one I ever made for Nerd Princess had a bayonet, because obviously I wanted to make sure hers was complete before I sent it off to her. But yeah, I just actually I have to mute this because it's copyrighted music, even though it's on YouTube already. Right, let me see. YouTube, because remember I didn't plan for this, so I do have a share screen to show people stuff. So I'm trying to figure out where it is, because again, remember I haven't streamed for a little bit. So do I even have that still? MISC. Transition screens, my Discord folder, okay. This is it. Awesome. This is my share screen. Right, okay. So I'll need to rename that button because, you know.
A new Iron Warrior has joined our
Hey! Pixel World, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Genuinely, I really appreciate that. Let's go to... Oh, hold on. I need to edit that super quick. Bear with me 2 seconds. Just got to edit something super quick. Because it's not right. Where is it? Shorts. This one. There we go. Right. YouTube. And then shorts. No, that's not my shorts. Those are just shorts. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. So, let me show you guys this. So let's go to here. On screen. Me and the boys off to the trenches. So check this out. This is a short on my YouTube that you guys can watch. New can folder, exactly. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so, so much for joining. I really appreciate it. If you guys check this video out, there's no audio, by the way. If you have a look there, that is my bayonet. See it? That's my bayonet right here. And it attaches to the front of my lasgun. It goes out of this piece, it goes down, and then there's a handle, and then that goes up there. Now remember, I've made this so it only fits the lasgun, so that there's no way I can hold it in pictures. It'll still have that piece that comes out that connects into it. So what I did was, the old bayonet I used to have, I've made into just a normal bayonet. It's the exact same length, but it has just a normal handle. So if I ever do a thing where I take the bayonet out, they can cut away for a second to something else and then cut back to me and I'm holding the bayonet with just a normal handle without the extra bit. If that was something they wanted to do in terms of if we were filming. Let me just move myself over. There you go. So that's what I went for. That version of the bayonet. I do wish I had it to show you guys, but it's up in the house, so I can't do it right now. But if you check this out, we have a shorter sort of, like you said, like a knife style bayonet here. So this is more of a knife style one. Now that one, believe it or not, attaches with just the handle straight into here. So technically it is possible to hold like a knife immediately after you pull it out, no need for having two of them. But like I said, I went for just the strength and the way it the way it connects and everything. I like the way it connects, and I just like the way it looks. I just think it looks just really, really nice. I like Dan's. I like his brother's. Again, I went for the long, thin one. There's another one for you. There's a spiked version for you, and then there's a flamer. But yeah, it's really awesome hanging out with the guys again. It's been some time since I actually got to hang out with them again. But then I went to Birmingham and got to see them again, which was even more awesome. So I'm going to go to Iron Warrior Cosplay just to show you guys some pictures. No, I'm not logging in. I'm just going to go straight to albums. Where's my lasgun folder? My lasgun folder is here somewhere. There it is. And see if I can find you guys a picture of it with the bayonet on, so I can just show you on screen. Right, let's have a gander. It might not be the best photo, but because remember these are old photos, so I haven't. I have updated this album. Don't get me wrong, but I've also. Oh, there's the old version of the bayonet. Okay, that's the old version. Where's the new version? Do I have pictures of the new version? At least I hope I do. I might not. No, I have the new barrel. Damn. Okay, let's see if I can search then. Oh, I can't search. Okay. Doesn't look like I can show you guys, unfortunately, because it's not in my lasgun folder. It's in my Krieg folder. I have a Krieg folder. Of course I do. Is it here? My Krieg folder tends to have a bit of everything in it, so I do try and keep my things, you know, organized as best I can. My folders and stuff as organized on Facebook as best I can, so people can find things easier. But I share and post a lot of stuff into different albums, so sometimes it can be a bit difficult for people to find exactly what they're looking for. When I tell them, oh, it's in this album, they go, oh, okay, and they have to scroll through like 2 years worth of pictures and stuff. No, sadly, no just picture with a bayonet in it. I've got a picture of it with the old bayonet in it, but I didn't like the old bayonet at all. I modified the old bayonet after I'd messed around with it a little bit. But it's not a problem. I shall show you guys another time. Let me just close that gap a little bit. But yeah, so let's jump back to Solo Cam with moi. Oh, everyone's got purple names today. That's Baba. Yeah, that is Baba. Yeah, my Krieg bestie. Baba's awesome. He's a legend. Love Blue. Also, not ask. No, seriously, ask questions. This is the whole point of this stream, is for people to ask questions while I paint and stuff. It's cool.
Has joined our legion.
Oh wow! Oh wow! I don't even know how to say that. Oh man, where can I? Oh, what can I not see? Who? No way. Is there no? Please tell me there's a way for me to see who just. Oh, are you kidding me? I tried to read your name really quickly and I couldn't. And it... Nope, it went too quickly. Oh, man. Maybe if I go to Streamlabs? Oh, wait, hold on. I know. Hold on. I've literally got it on my desktop. Right there. Will this work? I couldn't take... Hey, it does work! Awesome! Jose de Jesus. I'm really sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. I don't want to butcher your name. Jose, at least I hope that's right. Also, Pixworld, thank you so much. And Squid Burger, thank you so much. That was really, really appreciated. But yes, so I'm going to keep that up. That's awesome. That is so cool. I forgot I could do that. But do you have any tips on making the Krieg helmet backpack? So, right, the helmet I actually bought from a guy on Etsy because he had vacuum molds of them done, but he only had one left, and I bought it. My plan is to make a buck from that and make helmets myself from vacuum formed plastic like mine. The downside is mine, I think, is a really decent helmet. Like, it fits me nicely, and Bubba wore it. He wore it as well, and it fit him fine. But with Janovic's masks and stuff, it's too small, because Janovic's masks are 3D printed, and they come up at an angle. Because of the angle they come up at, the helmet can't sit properly and, like, sit right. And a lot of Krieg I know want the helmet to come down over the eyes, like in like a lot of the artwork and stuff. Whereas mine sits like just above the eyes, and I really like how that looks. But yeah, that's the only downside, is I could make them, but people might have issues with them. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make a bigger one. So what I was gonna do was take the mold I have and everything, try and make it bigger, or 3D print one at the right size, sand it, whatever, and then make a buck out of that. And then repeatedly make, you know, the reason I want to make them out of vacuum form plastic is I can drop mine multiple times and I haven't broken it. Whereas I'm worried with 3D printed ones, they'll just shatter. And I'm just terrified, because I don't like 3D printed stuff. It scares me a lot because of how fragile it is. So it just worries me. That's why I really want to make a buck. I tried to find a real Starhelm. I tried to find a real one because I wanted to do a mold of that one. If I could do like a buck from that one and just repeatedly make Starhelms but flexy sort of vacuum formed plastic, would be really awesome. But we'll see. As for the backpack, I bought that off Amazon. If you go to YouTube, or I'll show you actually. YouTube. Also, screen on, screen off. There we go. I need to remember where that button is. So, I will show you. Get my... There we go. Got mine on Amazon a few years back. I like that. So, let me... go to... Is it that one? Yes, it is. Here we go. So, here is... Let me just make that bigger. There we go. So, this is my Krieg 101 video, right? Now, this did well, in my opinion. This did very well. 7,000 views. Very happy with that. If you scroll down into the description, you will see a list. Now, I don't know if all of these work, okay? I don't know if all of these work, because they are... This was 2022, even. So, I don't know if all of these work, but if you go down through these links and stuff, you can have like a look through like all the links or whatever, and one of them is new backpack. If you click that link, it will take you to the backpack that I use. Now, I went for the biggest one, the 13-inch by 18-inch. That's the one I used. It's pretty awesome. The way he's done it here, by the way, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. Because these two buckles are a pain in the ass. I've done it the other way around where my buckle's attached to the bottom of the bag. So it's a lot easier. See if I can find... There we go. So, see this one has two straps. The one that I have just has one long continuous strap. I don't know what versions they do now. They are $79.90, so they're 80 quid. They are camel leather, I think. I think they're camel leather. But this is what I used. This is what I used for my deathcore. If you want, go to my YouTube, go to my Krieg 101 video. It's an hour long, and it's basically me explaining all the kit and everything I bought throughout the years, all the shoulders and this, that, and the other. You know, the balaclavas and how I made my gas mask and my helmet and stuff. Here you go. Here's the helmet for you. So, if I go back a little bit, it's a video within a video. Streamception. Let's go forward a bit. Here you go. So this is my helmet. And this helmet here, why is it just frozen? Don't know why that just froze. Hold on. Looks like that just looks like it freezes at that point. There you go. So that's my helmet. Like I said, it's vacuum formed plastic that I've weathered and painted or whatever. It came like that. As you can see, it's a good size. It's not tiny, you know. It looks and fits really well. If I go back and show you like a close-up of me, for example, there's me at a con. So you can see it's got plenty of room around the edges, plenty of room under the brim, and like I said, it sits just above my eyes. Now, I have had a few other Kriegsmen, not nice Kriegsmen, but shitty Kriegsmen, being like, "Oh, it's not right. It has to be over the eyes." I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's just, I don't have to have it over the eyes. I want it like that because I can see. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks quite menacing. I think it looks quite scary with the eyes fully exposed like that. I think it just looks really good. You can see it sits over the top of my eyes there, and it goes back, and I think it just looks really good. I genuinely think it looks tidy. See if I can find you another decent picture. Oh, there's a good one. There you go. There's another picture. I really like how it sits. I genuinely like how it sits. And there's my helmet with an Aquila on it. So, but yeah, that is that's my helmet. That's how I've done mine. It works quite well. Does what it needs to do. But $50 from Amazon a few years back. That's quite good. Because I really do want to make vacuum molds of the helmets. And all you'll get is the buck. Because everyone does straps differently. Now, mine are two pieces of leather that cut into like weird diamond-y shapes. They're cut like that and then a flat end that are glued into the helmet. Very, very decently glued with two-part epoxy. And then two straps that come down. And all I've done is there's a buckle with no actual belt or anything. It's just two pieces of Velcro. And the two pieces of Velcro just stick together, and it just sits under my chin, and that's it. And half the time, like 99% of the time, you can't even see. Oh wait, is that? Oh my god, really? Is that a picture of my las gun with the bayonet on it? Hold on, let me just show it. Let me see. Hold on. There's my las gun. Come on. Does it have the bayonet? No, it doesn't. There's the bayonet. There you go. There's my bayonet. That's how my bayonet looks. Finally, there you go. Got a picture of my bayonet. So that's the bayonet. It's made out of 10mm foam and 5mm foam and wood. And and that's how it attaches. It attaches here. You don't see this bit when it goes in. We can't see the picture. Oh, sorry. I had the screen turned off. My apologies. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. Sorry. There you go. That is what my bayonet looks like. So, sorry about that, my bad. So, this here is what goes into the... This here is what goes into the gun. This lengthy piece here. It's 2 pieces of 10mm foam with some tape on the end of it. And it fits in, it's pressure fit in, basically. And it comes in and out really easily. And this bayonet just sits in my belt. I just put it in my belt. But now I've got an actual loop for it that I could just slide it into. But I just realized you guys couldn't see the screen. So let me just show you the helmet again. Because obviously the helmet wasn't on screen when I was talking about it. There you go. So that's what the helmet looks like. And it also has these straps. So these are the straps I was talking about. So see how they're like down. I weather them with boot polish and they come out really nicely. And they've just got 2 pieces of Velcro on it. And the 2 pieces of Velcro just Velcro together and that's it. They just sit like that. So see if I can find like... Oh, I just did. It was right there. There you go. So there you go. That's how it sits under my gas mask. Just out of the way, under the gas mask. 2 pieces of Velcro, just hold it together. So... If I was to make these helmets, they would be plain. They would just be black. They wouldn't have the studs on them. It would be entirely up to people what they do. It wouldn't have an Aquila on it. It wouldn't have any straps. They would be super cheap, and they would be one size fits all. If I can get different sizes, then it will be even better. But they're really handy, and I would love another one because I only have the one. And with only having just the one, it's kind of scary because... If it does break, which it hasn't yet, but if it does break, I don't have a replacement for it. So I would love to make a mold of it so I can vacuum form it, but I don't have a vacuum former because that's something I'm saving up for. So yeah, there's a lot of bits and bobs. I would get a 3D printed one, but I feel that they're too heavy. They're quite fragile. This one's so lightweight. I can wear it on my head all day and not feel it. I also like the way it sits above my lenses, you know? So it's really handy. Please add holes to helmets so we can bolt an actual placement suspension system inside. Oh, you mean not the foam? Are you not talking about the foam pads? Are you talking about like an actual helmet? The ones you can tighten up. They'd be quite handy. The webbing. Oh, the webbing even. Yeah, you could do. I mean, mine, this here is just glued in right here with this little rivety bit through it, and that's all it's got. And it's fine. It holds together, does the job. 2-part epoxy. Love 2-part epoxy. It's such good stuff. But yeah, that's my like I said, that's my helmet. Hold on, there you go. That's what it looked like before. That's what it looked like before I did all the weathering and bits and bobs to it. But yeah, I'm really happy I found a picture of me with the bayonet. There you go. There it is, bayonet. There's bayonet sticking into the gun. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looks the part. That's my Deathcore 101 video. Let me go back to my camera now. JB Weld's pretty. Love JB Weld. I actually use JB Weld on my tractor. My tractor is there, by the way. That's a tractor. This is a tractor. Is the black paint dry? Yes, the black paint's probably dry by now, but like I said, I'm going to jump back to it now. So, here we go. Probably isn't dry, but we'll see. Either way. But yeah, that is how that's how I do my deathcore stuff. I didn't expect to do like a deathcore little tutorial-y bit tonight, but I like it. I like it. Don't mind at all. Joy of chaos is the joy of chaos. Even though it's a loyalist lasgun, but I won't tell anybody. Oh, you're getting your own tractor work done today? Nice. That is a 1954 Ferguson TED20. And I restored it myself. Don't get me started on that, though, because I'll show you everything about that tractor, and we'll be here all night. Now then, actually... Scalpel! Yes, scalpel. Making my Deathcore cosplay has made me wish... hold on. Wrong one. Oh, it's making you wish you didn't 3D print so much more than you already did. It's fine, though. 3D printing stuff isn't too bad. Like, I just worry about things breaking. That's just me, though. That's entirely just me. I just worry too much. Oh, it's a Farmel Cub. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. they are a bit of a fucker to rip. Even mine, don't get me wrong, even mine's a headache, trust me. And you can get parts for mine everywhere and anywhere, but it's still a fucking headache. Nice to see other vintage tractor enthusiasts in the cosplay community. It makes me very happy. Come on now. So, as you can see, I am just taking some of the masking off. Well, the majority of the masking off, at least. Because I'm still going to leave the stock masked for now. Because, like I said, this isn't going to be one stream. This is probably going to be 2 streams, maybe even 3. I also plan on possibly doing a stream tomorrow. I know, 4 streams total so far. Like, I'm really, really happy with it. Tractor Peeps Unite? Absolutely. I fully restored... I'll tell you what, if you're still here right at the end of stream, don't get me wrong, it'll be a few hours, but if you are still here right at the end of stream, I will absolutely show you pictures of my tractor. Because I love my tractor, I really do. It's my pride and joy. People are like, oh, is, you know, cosplay your passion and everything? It's like, no. Cosplay is my hobby. Cosplay is a hobby to me. I really enjoy it. It's a great hobby to have. But tractor restoration, now that's a passion. That's a big passion. But cosplay, believe it or not, is cheaper. They will be here in an hour. Good. So I am currently just peeling off these thin pieces of masking tape I put on the other day. I'm hoping... I just realized I'm not showing you guys. It's hard to do. So what I'll do, I'll come over here. So I'll show you guys that I put my little scalpel in there. And then I lift this up. And it's all just masking tape. Between each of these. And believe it or not much bleeding has happened, which has made me very happy, but there is bits I have missed because of where the masking tape was. I'll take my fine liner detail brush through there before I continue. Yes. Also, quick tip, always buy the cheapest masking tape because it doesn't pull your paint up that's underneath it. And I fucking love that. And it masks off really well too, just be careful, because it likes to take the paint off. I'd love to see tractor pics, but God, cosplay is... Yeah, you're telling me, right? Like, I split mine and did the clutch on it not 3 years ago, I think. 3 years ago, something like that. If not more by now. That was a fucking... Oh, that was a nightmare splitting it. Because it hadn't been split in ages, so... Just took some time to get it apart, that's all. Now that it's all done up, it should come apart easily if I ever have to split it again, but I'm hoping I don't. But I do have a rear engine seal that might need doing because it's starting to leak a bit of oil, but we'll see. Clean in the brush, grab the blue roll, which is there from last stream. Nice. Just where I left it. Don't you love when you leave stuff in the workshop and no one moves it? So nice, so handy. Right, okay. I might do that one, since it'd be nice for you guys to actually see me as well. Might even do this. Do that and make me a touch bigger. There we go. Hope and pray, and spill some non-oil in to the... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I recently moved and have been able to set up my mini painting area at my desk. Tell you this though, I never had a mini painting area because I didn't paint minis that often. I kind of wish I did, but I have been fully dedicated to cosplay and stuff now for the longest time that I have the workshop instead with this table and everything. And it's so handy to have. I was just about to dip that in the paint again. Oh my god. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to paint on this lasgun. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I need to paint, but we're gonna start off with the little detail bits first, like the little filling in bits and whatever. Then we can weather the shit out of it. So. Okay, now then, I have to get really in here now because the masking tape has covered a bit of the silver, and it means that the black I was trying to paint on didn't go on. So I'm just covering that up now. Won't take me long, so I'm gonna ignore chat for a little bit while I just paint this on, because this is a bit delicate. These 10mm half round dowels from cosplayshop.be are incredible. Oh man, really? Are you on the Discord? You're on the Discord. Pop it into 40k cosplay, and I'll have a look at it, and I'll pop it on stream. There was a part of me thinking I'll paint a bit on this stream tonight, and then I'll paint a bit off stream and whatever, but I don't think I will. I think I'll paint this all on stream. I might do like little bits, like right at the very, very end once I'm done off stream, obviously. But I'm gonna paint like 99% of it on stream, even the weathering. But there's some spraying I need to do, and I can't spray while I'm on stream. Because that would be crazy to spray in here while I'm streaming. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. Right. Let's catch up. Done it. Nice. By the way, if you guys are in the chat and you haven't joined the Discord, please feel free to join the Discord. All you have to do is read the rules, pick a faction, and off you go. 40k cosplay. Oh man, yeah, I was straight, just right down your camera, wasn't I? Right, how do I open this? I need to. Actually, I'll have to save it. I know what I'll do. I'll save it to my desktop. That way, I can just capture this and then zoom in on it. There we go. Right, check this out. Why isn't it showing? Should be on the screen. Huh. Okay, it looks like I'll have to capture. Weird. Oh, God. Typical. Hold on. What I'll do is I'm going to have to do another one because I need to capture my screen because it won't let me capture my no. Yes. There we go. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me actually hold on. Let me just shorten this down, a bit. I'll make it bigger. There we go. And then I will put that like that. There we go. So, can you guys see that? That's this is the first. Let me move myself out of the way. This is the first, I think, Warhammer meetup I did at MCM London. This is the first one I arranged, and there's yours truly. We have some awesome cosplayers here. We have Korax. God, there's so many. We have Dan, Minty, Mr. Titan, J-Expo. Good God, we have so many cosplayers. This was such a good laugh, by the way. I genuinely had such a good time. Let me just zoom in a bit so you guys can see a bit more. So, yeah, we had such a good time. There's a video of us, I believe. I think there's a video of us out and about. Yeah, it was really, really awesome. It was such a good day. Loved that day. Had such a good laugh. And bring me back. Hello. Yeah, honestly, it was really good. Yeah, please come along. We'd love to have you there. Honestly, we'd love to have you there. Honestly, it'd be a good laugh. But it's just, I only go once a year now rather than twice a year. So I'm not going in October. I was gonna, but and yeah, it just, you know. But well, we have people come. We have people. There's a legend who comes from Dubai. It comes every year, and if you've watched the video, he gave me a mini of an Iron Warrior, and was like took it on a train and everything. It was so cool. It was so cool. So, right, back to the painting. Let's put that brush in there and give it a wash. And then I can paint under here. There's some bits under here. I saw that short about the minute he gave it. Yeah, he's a legend. Honest to God, I genuinely, I can't tell you how awesome it was. I need to get a copy off him actually. I need to get a copy of it off him so I can post it as well and share his links and stuff and be like, hey, guys, go check out this legend. He's such a nice guy. Really, really awesome. So I am just currently just covering up some of the silver that may have like oversprayed a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is give... I know it's already black, but the black spray paint is all well and good, but covering it in an acrylic will help it take paint later on a bit better. Just something I've always done. Right, so. Good there. Good there. By the way, just to explain as well, my let me just get rid of this. I have to get my screens back up because I can't see chat. I can't see my recent events. There we go. Oh man, you just posted that picture as well. Oh man, that's so good. I'll have to show that picture in a bit. I must go do an errand. I will try to take your time. We'll be here. We'll be here. So, what I need to show with my las guns as well is that you can grab it by the barrel. Let me show it like this. There you go. You can grab it by the barrel, and it's solid as a rock because I build props to last, and I build them strong. And this is the latest one I've built. And not only is it lighter than my previous one, it's also incredibly strong. So I'm really, really happy with that. Always build props as strong as possible, but try and make them as lightweight as possible too, because that's the key. Because I used to not know, but I used to not care. I used to be like, it's fine. I'll just build it. It's nice and strong and heavy. And then it was like, oh my god, I immediately regret this. Yeah, so let's just give this a paint because I messed that bit up. I'll get rid of that. There we go. Just give it a nice coat of paint. Cool. Right, I have to get my heat gun as well. By the way, a lightweight rifle is great. The 3D printed is heavier than a real gun. But no way is it heavier than a real gun. Is it actually? Good God. Close that up a little bit so there's more space for you guys to see. That's fucking madness. That the 3D printed ones are heavy. Madness. Madness. So far so good. Now, this next step is going to be fun because all I have to do is get some silver and mix it with some of the black so I can paint the barrel, because the barrel is different. Is always a different color. I did want to do some. What's it called? Is it called bluing? I had high infill though. In fairness, if it's high infill, I know the infill can really drastically change the weight of stuff. Yeah, bluing. I was going to do some bluing, but I haven't mastered bluing enough yet. So right now I'm just going to do it's like a gunmetal grey. I know the mixture I need. I'm going to do a gunmetal grey, mix this up, just mix it straight on the palette here. And then once that's done, I can paint the barrel of the gun. Also, thank you so much to Rogue Hobbies for the music, as always. This will be the first coat, so it's a bit darker. But I leave that piece inside silver. That way, when when it comes to it, I can just dry brush it later and it'll stay silver, so it'll just look like that. Just that what you call it? That difference between the two will look really good. So I'm just trying to make sure this is all on camera because I'm struggling with placement at the moment. There we go, that should be okay. Oh wait, did I just... Oh no, it's fine. It's just hard to do it on camera but also not like right up against me because I don't paint this far away from me normally, but because it's just this, I can just paint this no problem like this. But I will have to change in a moment to actually get it a bit closer to me and get everything. Just one layer of paint so far, that's all. Ooh, yeah. Nice. And I've mixed a little bit of extra water in this as well because I wanted to... I didn't want it to like cover too dark. I wanted a little bit of that silver to stick through a little bit. There's a reason for that because when we come to do some dry brushing and stuff later, you'll see exactly what I mean. So let me now pull all this in one direction. I haven't done the plug for the end of the barrel yet, but I'll be getting there slowly. Make sure that's clean. Even though I'll be like dry brushing and dirtying it up later anyway. I've got to have. Hopefully, I'm back in a bit later, but not. But if not, have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. How's it for us? Nice seeing you. Have a wonderful time. I am going to get my heat gun now, believe it or not. I need to dry this quickly. Here it is. It wasn't far at all. Now. difficulty I have here is getting the cable around everything. There we go. Cool. Like I said, that's like just one coat, so, you know. There we go. So, drying this now. And might tilt the camera up a little bit in a moment. Try and be able to make it so I can paint a little bit closer to myself without you guys missing anything. I do love watching it dry. It dries so nicely, and when you finally get that final texture that you've been working on, it just works out really well. Obviously, I've not done any texture at the moment, but it'll get there. Right, okay. Let's put that down. Right, I'm going to tilt the camera up a little bit. That's more like it. That's more like it. That's more like it. Cool, now then. I can hold this a bit closer to myself now without worrying about you guys not seeing anything, so that's always handy. Let's grab the heat gun again. Let's try the sides this time. Nice. So, thus far, we've done the black here, the black on these, and the barrel. Now, like I said with the barrel, it's gonna get one or two coats because I need it to be a little bit darker, and I'm just gonna. Pick up some of this paint again, mix it up a little bit. Ah, you guys can see. That's good. So now I'm doing a second coat, but this time I'm doing it much more gentle. So that way I get more pigment on instead of just slopping it on. Then obviously I'll have to take a detail brush, go around the edges and stuff, because I can't leave the edges bare. There was a time where I would just paint a gun just one color, add some dry brushing silver onto it, and that's it. Those times have come and gone. Whereas now I actually think about, you know, starting off with darker colors. If I want like a brighter color on top, start with a dark color, and then I can paint a bright color over that. Work a layers up and stuff like that. Wait until the stream where I do the wood grain effect on the stock and everything. I'm really looking forward to that stream because I can't wait to show people that stream. That stream is going to be like a stream, but also a tutorial. So when I get to that bit and I'm going to do that, I'll basically be ignoring chat and be like, okay, chat, this is where I'm just going to do this and explain to you guys. So that way I might be able to cut it up and do a video out of it. So that'll be handy. See how it goes. But I've tried doing that before, but I don't know, we'll see. So this is already looking really nice. The barrel is anyway. So the thing is, it does almost look black on camera. I don't know whether it's my monitor or whether it's the camera, but it looks very dark. Whereas I can assure you, it isn't dark. It's a darker color, obviously, but it's not black like it is on camera. For some reason, the camera isn't picking up the color very well, so we'll see about that. So I'm just currently painting the edges now with this angled brush. I've got to paint just the tip. Just the tip. Looks very dark for me as well, so I'll take your word on it. It's fair. I think it's the camera. I don't really know. I'll see if I can adjust it. I'll have to see if I can adjust the brightness on the camera itself. Right, I've got to put under here now just to finish this off. What I might do as well is I might check that camera and see if that camera picks up better. I have been umming and ahhing about selling this SLR that I'm currently using, the one that you're currently watching, the large one, the one that you can see here. I'm thinking about selling it and buying another of the camera I've currently got next to me. My my Sony, I forgot what it is. It's a good brand, Sony, I forgot what it is. Really good brand. Sony, I forgot what it is. That's what it's called. Yeah, I totally forgot what it's called. But that one is probably my favorite one because it's just so much better. But this camera here is a good starting camera, so, you know, I can't complain. So. Oh, there you go. It looks much better. There you go. So it's not just black. See, it's like more of a grey silver. Now, you're probably thinking the barrels are quite bright and everything. They are. Everything's going to get dulled down. Everything will get really dulled down. Which is, believe it or not, once this is dry, that's the next step, is to really dull everything down and weather it up. Because I want it a lot darker. Now, I didn't do that during the spraying process because I just wanted to get it sprayed. But let me move you guys over. There we go. So this is how dark it'll be. So you can see how much darker it's going to go. But this is a good base for it. You know, beans. I have come to spread the word. Oh wow, is it the bird? The bird is the word. Is the word the bird? That's dark. Yeah, it is pretty dark. But like I said, this is just the base. This is just a base for it. That way you can just add on top of it and make it as dark as you want, or you can leave it as bright as you want. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to paint a lasgun. I mean, you can paint it bright pink if you wanted. It'd be hilarious to see a bright pink one. It really would. At least I think it's funny. Actually, I'm going to grab... Oop, oh, that's going to happen a lot tonight. Man, just got paint on my fucking microphone. There we go. Right, time to heat gun this. Fresh from the manufactorum. Absolutely. Before the Krieg get a hold of it and they jump into their trenches. So, I feel like at least one of those guard regiments. Why can't I see the message? Made of noble houses has bought a pink lasgun, probably. But there you go. So this is now the color of the tip of the lasgun. It's like a gunmetal grey. It's slightly brighter than a gunmetal grey, but so this next bit now is the messy bit. So bring this to the end. Let's go this camera. But yeah, fresh from the manufacturer. That's literally how this lasgun looked when I sprayed it silver. It was just so fucking shiny. So shiny. Now, I have a brand new brush. Brand spanking new. This one. Now, it looks like a makeup brush, believe it or not. But it's a 1-inch round mop brush. because I do a lot of weathering and stuff like that, a lot of mopping and stuff like that. And what's really handy is to have a mop brush because it soaks up everything. Hey, Bengler, welcome back. It just soaks up so much liquid that you can really just go at it, and it gets right into all the nooks and crannies and stuff like that, right? And it's so good because all the brushes I used to use before... Oh, sorry. This is the one I used to use before, and it's flat. See, it's flat. Don't get me wrong, it would still hold a lot of liquid and everything, and it'd be really good. Because this is a Winsor & Newton, a 3/4 inch 999 mop, right? But it's just not up to the challenge. And this is a 1-inch mop brush, and I love it. So I'm going to use that now for the first time ever, so I can't wait to see what that looks like. So I've got my paper ready and everything. Do you feel like the Mechanicus paint each lasgun by hand, or do they have a servitor? Oh, it's servitor. Well, the thing is, though, I don't think the lasguns are painted, because obviously the metal has a color already. So I think they just leave it raw metal, and they probably just spray them with like an anti-rusting or anti-corrosive stuff, probably, because all the brown stuff is wood. So obviously all the browns, like the stock and this, they're wood. But I don't think they actually hand paint. I don't think they really paint them. The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. I love that, by the way. That's one of my favorite. I love that meme. The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't. Or by deviation. Yeah, it's so funny. I fucking love that meme. But what about the green lasgun? No, see, the green ones are different. I think the green ones are painted. I think the green ones, like, they get a servitor, and as it comes along the line, they just go blah, 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 and paint it. But, yeah, I think those are the painted. These ones, I don't think so. But, yeah, no, I definitely think the green ones are painted. They have to be. There's no green metal. So, they need to be painted. But, yeah, like I said now, 1-inch mop. Actually, I'm going to... Ooh, actually, hold on. I'll use an old bit, actually. I just need to... All I need to do is wipe this off. Alrighty. Well, it's Warhammer. And I'd be 100%... and I'd 100% believe there was green metal. Yeah, probably. Beans... Oh, you retracted a message. I didn't see it. But yeah, welcome, Beans. Welcome. I'm Iron Warrior Cosplay. This is my YouTube stream. I used to be on Twitch, but I've moved to YouTube. Speaking of Twitch, by the way, the sub prices have increased on Twitch, and I'm just like, oof, rough. I have a message from the Krieg Corps of Death, the Death Corps of Krieg. What is your message, Beans, from the Death Corps of Krieg? Are you a fellow... well, I say fellow. I don't play the Death Corps of Krieg on tabletop, but my best friend Harry does. Do you play the Death Corps of Krieg? Do you cosplay the Death Corps of Krieg? A nice, good blodge of black paint. And then, one of my favourite bits, but also slightly terrifying, is I tip water in the hopes that it doesn't fucking spill everywhere. Right then. Let's really get plenty of water in on this. Now then. Really make sure that this is thinned out. That's what I'm trying to do anyway, but my palette's being a bit of a pain. There we go. Right, so. Man, I'm not going to lie to you, I've not used this before, and I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm going to use it on the body first. And we'll see how it goes. I might pull the gun towards me a bit and do it like slightly off camera, but I'm also going to move my microphone. So bear with me 2 seconds, and we'll get this done. It's going well, but I could. Genuinely, I could use a bit more pigment. I think I used too much water. So I'll do this as one round I'll do this as one round, and then I'll dab it off, and a lot of it will come off because it's mostly water. So what I'll do is I'll add more pigment, or wait for the water to start drying off a little bit. and try and just add more to it as I go. But right now, I'm not too fussed. This is not too bad. This mop brush, by the way, is fucking incredible. I'm genuinely in love with this mop brush already. Because it's getting right in there to every nook and cranny. And it's so moppy. I love it. So let's see if I can pick up any more paint and just dab it on. I want to get right into all the recesses and stuff if I can. Especially the little rivet details and stuff that I've put. Alright. So, let's see how this goes. I've just got to dab this off. And as nice as it looks already, it's nowhere near enough pigment. So, more paint, essentially. So I'm going to keep the amount of water I have on the palette. I'm not going to take any water away, but I am going to add more paint. Because as cool as this is, it's not sort of dirty or dark enough. Let me change back to this camera for you, so you guys can see. So see how it has darkened down a bit, obviously, because I've just put black paint all over it. But it's because it's so watered, I'm dabbing a lot of it off. It's not quite doing the technique I'm looking for. So we're gonna go and dry it off. Cool thing about drying it off is you can blow a lot of the water out of little crevices and stuff, and get it all blown out and dried in. And then once you do that, while it's warm, you can take your paper towel and weather it again, because as it dries, the pigment likes to get a bit thicker. So then you can really get in there. Right, okay. We'll try again. Try again. This time with a bit more pigment, or paint, if you will. I'm going to grab some blue roll. Oh. Beans, your message got retracted. You took your message away. I don't know what the message is from the Death Core. Right then. Let's get a bit more water in there, because there's a lot of paint in here now. I can see how much blacker the water is already, because there's not much of a white hue or tinge to it right now. So let's start in a little area and see how it looks. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so now I can really put it on. Now, see how much that's covering already. Now, you're probably wondering, why didn't you just spray it black? Because that's the thing, I don't want it black. I wanted to spray it silver, and then I can weather it like this and darken it down to the level I want it at without having to worry about mixing the paint or anything. So I can just, keep doing layers upon layers of this, which for me works out much better because, well, it's just nicer for me that way. I'll just add a little bit more onto here. Why not? So I'm going to get it right in here between these as well. I'm not going to do the barrel yet, but I'm going to do between the heat sinks. Right. Now then, Tom Does Stuff! How you doing? Welcome. Now let me just go back to table cam with me again. I'm going to start drying this a little bit. I know that's not a lot, but it doesn't need a lot, believe it or not, because a lot of it's just water. Right, so now that's already working much better. Now remember, this is just like, well, this is the second layer technically, but it's already working, so I'm really happy with that. So you can already see how much darker this metal is. Well, metal, quote-unquote metal. But what I'm looking to be the metal part of this gun. Now, using the paper towel, or the blue roll, whatever you want to call it, I will start off by dabbing it quite violently, but then I'll get like lighter and lighter every time. And especially when it gets like this. When it gets like this is what you want. You don't want it to take too much liquid away now. So what I'm hopefully going to do now is do another pass after I've dried it. So now, this time, I'm going to dry it properly. On the lower setting. So we're going to dry it like this now. And because a lot of it is water, you'd be surprised at how little it needs. I'm just running this brush between these crevices super quick just to get some of the pigment right in between there. Whoopsie daisy. I'll drop that. But it doesn't matter, because it's made of foam. There we go. Right, now then. Grab that roll again. Accidentally brushed it a little bit with that, so I'm going to dab this out. Dab on it, wagwan. Dab on it, wagwan. Already really happy with how this is looking, by the way. The Krieg wants your las rifle. Oh God, no! Well, tell him it's not ready yet. To manufactorum, I'm slow. He'll get it. So, like I said, now I'm just drying this out. Starting to build my first las gun as I watch. No way! Is yours 3D printed, or are you doing EVA foam? No, what you call it? No, no judging here. No judging here. Even though I prefer foam. But no judgment.
A new Iron
is not
Warrior
judgment.
has joined our legion.
Jesus Christ. Yes. Absolutely yes. What a name. Jesus Christ. I love it. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Right. So, because this is a lot of water, just go for another fucking run. So let's go. Another run of black paint. This new mop brush, by the way, I'm in love with. I'm going to recommend this mop brush to everyone who does this kind of painting. Really, just you barely have to think with it. It just does. It just does a lot of the work for you. It's so good. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. Right. I'm gonna. And it's nice and foamy now as well, which is really nice because when it gets foamy, it tends to go into crevices a lot better. Oh, crevice. Oh, it's just so good. Now then. Time to dab it off all again. But hopefully, this time I can just flip this. There we go. Just to the wet side, because I don't want it to take too much off. Now, oops, this camera. See how much darker it is already? This is why I like doing this technique. Because that's why. Now, if you want to know how it looked before, look at the barrel. That's how bright the barrel was earlier. That's how bright the body was earlier, even. And now look at it. So it's already looking like this. The Creeks need to hurry up. They're running out of weapons, and the Tech Priest needs oil. Love it. So you can already see how this technique is already like weathering it quite nicely. So I'm gonna do one more pass after I dry this one. So I'm gonna do one more pass. Like I said, get it nice and dry, and I'm gonna do one more pass. Ooh, has one of the hairs on the mop brush came off? There we go. One, but it takes a week because they have to do prayers and sacred oils and chants and... Right. None, because the servitor doesn't exist. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Alrighty. So... I am already really happy with... Boop. Oh, sorry. Boop. I'm already really happy with how that looks. So, can you see the difference? The difference between what this looked like was this. This is what I think... Well, I'm going to say 3 passes. The first pass I didn't really count. There wasn't enough water in it. It didn't really do much. So 3 passes total with black wash, just like a wash or whatever. And it's already dry because I've dried it with my heat gun. And what's really nice is it's all the recesses and stuff. If you leave it pool in there, when it dries, it'll dry like black around us. You don't have to go around and do it all yourself. Now, I do recommend getting a small like brush like this, and if you want, go and pick up some of the pigment and dab it around some of the larger areas like this. So I'm just going around a little bit now and just dabbing it around the larger areas. Because what it is, now that this is dry, what I'm doing now is just adding an extra layer. And it's a very fine layer. Don't go over the top with it. Just pick up the pigment that's around a lot of the little nuts and bolts, or you know, whatever you've got around the skull. For me, for example, it's pooled inside the eyes of the skull. And you can see how dark that is now, right? Then I just take this and I make sure it's on a wet piece. I make sure it's on a wet piece, like that. And then you just start taking it off a little bit. It doesn't take a lot off, but it takes enough off that it looks just stunning when it's dry. So just going around this bit a little bit. The reason I say use the wet bit is because the wet bit doesn't soak up all of the goodness that you've just put on there yourself. So you should get a weird hairdryer for drying stuff like my guy Midwinter means. A weird hairdryer. Oh, the engine are going to be Wales. Yeah, you said the Pengler. That'd be awesome. Let me know if you're around, dude. Like, my workshop is in Wales. You said you were going... What, did you go near Carmarthen, you said? Where did you say you were going? Then I'm going to do the same with this side. Just picking up all the pigment that's left over. And then start dabbing it in to all the recesses and along the large bits like this. And then back to it again. I think it means a wired hairdryer. Oh, wired hairdryer. I thought Midwinter Minis had a weird hairdryer. Thought that was like a thing on their stream or a thing for... No? Oh, it is a weird hairdryer then. So I was right. Weird hairdryer. Now, with this, by the way, like, see how dark this is? With this now, you can completely dry this, then go at it with dry brushing with silver. But I don't do dry brushing anymore. I do a little bit. Obviously, I did it with Silver Skull the other day, but I don't do like loads of dry brushing. I use scraps of upholstery foam and I dab on it, Wagwan. I dab on it. So that's what I'll be doing with this, but I'll be doing that later on. But what we're doing right now, while this dries a bit more, is do the barrels. Doing the barrels. Now, the barrels can be a bit more of a headache. It depends, because they're round. Sometimes you will miss a bit, but I try my absolute best to get every single bit I can. This bit scares people sometimes. They're like, oh, you know, I don't want to just cover my gun in like this stuff. I'm even going to do the tip of the barrel. Why not? And in here. They don't want to just cover their gun like this because they're worried that if they have the pigment mixture wrong with water, it could like ruin the look of the gun and everything. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but cosplay is just, you know, just do it. Just do it. And then if you cock up, you can always fix it. Like the amount of cock-ups I've done over my time with cosplay is, trust me, it's crazy. Near Kamalden. Awesome. Well, let me know if you're around. Let me know if you are around. Now, with the barrels, I'm doing the same again with the tapping technique, but with this one, I don't want the barrels to be as dark as mine. The reason being is because the barrels on mine I treated with like shoe polish and stuff, and I don't want them to be as dark. I also don't want them to be as like as spotty. Like mine are a little bit spotty because when I was dabbing the paper towel like this, I wasn't taking enough of the water off, and it just looks like water droplets all over it. And I just wasn't keen on it, so I had to go back through it and redo a bunch of stuff on it. Oh, a bit of the blue roll came off, so that means my blue roll is starting to really suffer now. So that's kind of good. But this piece here that holds the barrels, that needs some heavy weathering. I weather that quite heavily. So I've dried a lot of this off now, and as you can see, the barrels are already starting to show some patina, which is I like. King Harshan Gill. I'll call you King Gill. King Gill, how you doing? Welcome. King Gill, welcome to the stream. For those of you who don't know me, I am Iron Warrior Cosplay, and I do stuff like this. Actually, hold on. Let me. I am Iron Warrior Cosplay, and I do this. Lucius, welcome back. Bit of a change tonight, Lucius. We're doing a lasgun. For the next couple of streams, we'll be doing a lasgun, actually. I love your vids. King Gill, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Genuinely, I really do. I really appreciate that. Ooh, fancy graphics. Yeah, I've got a few bits and bobs around here. You know, just got a few bits and bobs. Like, you know, why not? Like, for example.
What's up, bitches?
What's up, bitches? But Lucius, welcome back. King Gill, welcome. Comrade Busman. I love that. I need to know if I'm saying it right. Probably not. But I love calling you Comrade Busman. That's so cool. Was that Teddy Roosevelt? That was Teddy Roosevelt. That was Teddy Roosevelt saying, "What's up, bitches?" Yeah, I love it. Such a good laugh. You are, hey, Comrade Busman. Yes, you are the comrade with the bus, man. Fuck yeah. So I waited until now because I wanted the water to dry enough on my palette. As you can see, I can see all the text through the water and stuff now, so it's drying up enough. The pigment isn't as strong anymore because I've used a lot of it. So now I can just go to town on the barrels. But like I said, don't want the barrels as dark as the ones I've got on my current lasgun because, well, change it up a little bit. I've changed a few little parts on this. There's not a lot on this lasgun I've changed, but the parts-wise, there's a few parts on this I've made bigger and smaller and changed things around. For example, the magazine on this one can come off and or come out even, which is what we'll be doing next, believe it or not. That's what we'll be doing next, the magazine. Or what is it? Is it a magazine, or would you call it like a power cell or something, like a power pack? Or I call it like a power cell, a power pack. Not really 100% what I should call it, but I've tried to Google stuff. Oh God, my blue roll is really dying. I know I take it off camera to dab it, but that's because I need the light behind me so I can see where the light is shining on it, so I can have a good look at where I need to dab and, if not, add more or take away more. Wow, this paper towel's really dying on me. I need it because it's full of all that juicy goodness. Oh, damn, is that what I think it is? That is some Thompson's 10-year roof sealer I've missed. Ah, thank God it's coming off. Nice. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It came off the PVC pipe very nicely, so that's very handy. Right. That is already looking a lot better. Now, remember, I don't want it as dark as mine. This is how dark mine currently is. So, it's not far off. So, I'm probably going to stop here now. Because I think if I do another round of this on here, I think that will darken it to this point. And as much as I like this color, I kind of want to differentiate between the two. So this will remain dark. This will be this bright. I'm going to darken this down a little bit more. Then we can work on the lasgun power cell, the power pack, whatever we want to call it. I'll work on that next, because that will also need darkening down and stuff. So I'm just going to add a bit more under here, because like I said, it's round and I've not been focusing a lot on the bottom side of it. So I need to make sure the bottom side gets some equal attention, cake. There we go. The sides and everything are fine. But now I'm gonna try and do the bit that holds the barrels. Now, obviously I can't help getting the barrels at the same time, but we'll see. I might darken this bit down completely, actually, because the front of the lasgun is actually quite bright. This piece I've done here, the bit that holds, as you can see on camera, it's quite bright. So I might paint that with just straight up like gunmetal, like I did with that one, and just dry it like that, because I also need to do the actual plug bit as well. So I think I'll do that now. Why not? While I'm here. So I've mixed this like quite dark gunmetal-y colour. I know you guys can't quite see it, but I just need to paint around this super quick. Literally just a quick little paint job. Because I feel that the grey I put on there is far too bright, and it's already looking much better. You can already see on camera it's a lot darker. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is no light. So I'm going to darken this down, paint over it. And then what I'll do is I'll dry it off, and then I will give it a quick little wash with my mop brush. Once that's done, yeah, that's already looking a lot better. That is looking a lot better already. Yeah, good choice, good choice. See, you can always change something if it's gone quote-unquote wrong. So, I'm just going to do a little bit there. What I'll do, dab off a little bit with this, so that a bit more of that whiteness, the brightness shows through. because you can then darken it down with the wash, so it'll match the gun a bit more instead of being a solid color. Adding on and taking away little bits at a time. Yes, there we go. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Catch up with chat while I dry this on setting number 1. Ooh. Missed a little bit. Missed a little bit. Along the ridge here. Sorry about that. Missed a little bit along the ridge there between the little sight I made. Because the little sight I made is nice and everything, but around the bottom of this. Could use my finger a little bit here because some of it isn't applying properly with the brush. There we go. There we go. Catch up with chat in just a moment when I am done just painting this bit. I'll just paint the plug as well, why not? Plug can just get a coat of paint like that. Cool. I can just clean the barrel up a little bit. There we go. Right, okay. Now I can start drying it and then catch up with chat. So. Where are we? Username. So username from when I was like 10 is just kind of stuck. That's fair. I think Power Cell, Power Pack. Yep, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Power Cell, Power Pack kind of. I think referred to as Power Packs, even better. Box O Power. Yep, Box O Power. I've seen Lasgun Cell, Lasgun Pack, Power Pack, and Power Cell, so that's fine. Thompson's 10-year roof sealer on top. It's actually underneath now, because this is the painting stage, so it'll be all underneath. Unless damaged or lost, Power Pack can last a while with the proper maintenance. Apparently you can, and this is a bit cool, a bit of info I found out, is you can toss the Power Packs into a fire, and they'll recharge, which is quite cool. I didn't know that was a thing until quite recently. Made me very happy to find that out. I thought that was pretty cool. I keep losing signal. I will join when I have more. Alright, fair enough. No worries, Pangler. Thank you so much. That's the fire stick from the Gaunt's Ghosts. Yeah, it's crazy. A guy was saying... what was he saying? He said, yeah, the Lasgun power packs, when thrown into a fire, can give them a bit of a charge. And then they'll be able to like fire again. And I was like, I am what? I was blown away. I was very blown away. Gonna weather down this end of the gun a little bit more with very dry kind of pigment. It's not super like effective, but it'll be enough to just give it one more little wash down before I completely dry it for the night, because this will probably be the last bit I do on the barrels, probably. Now hopefully this wash hasn't made it as dark as my other one, but if it has, it has. There's nothing I can do about it. There we go. I like to make sure the end of the gun looks really good because this is what photographers will be taking a picture of when the gun is being used. But I do also want the gun to look good, you know, regardless. I want the paint job to look sick. I want it to look amazing. See, not quite right there. I need to add a little bit more here. It looks a bit too brushed there. Very good, very good, very good. Now then, I'm loving how this is looking. Damn, man, that looks so good. Now that can go to the bin. And I can show you guys how it's looking. Again, sorry about the lighting, because the light I normally use that faces me this way is here pointing downwards. So actually, do you know what? Let's just... I know it's not the best camera, because it's, for some reason, not really showing the proper colors. But so far... Where's that bucket? It's in the way. This is what it's looking like. I'm very happy with it so far. Like I said, the barrel will need a little bit more work. Sorry, the flash hider even. For a las gun. Will need a little bit more work and everything like that. But like I said, I'll work on that slowly as I go. There's a few more bits I need to do tonight, but we'll do some dry brushing in a sec. I'm actually going to grab a drink in a moment. So let's go back to here. We grab a drink. I'm going to go grab a drink in a second. It damages the power cell significantly. It makes it hold less charge, but it's good in case of emergency. Okay, so it's for emergencies. It was phrased, expose the power cell's charging port to a flame. In the book, they're stuck behind enemy lines, and they use a trick to recharge their las guns. After 2-3 times doing this, they were down like 5 shots per cell. That's quite cool info. What book is that? I listened to those audiobooks while I worked, when I walked and while I painted. I'm currently re-listening to, because I've read Krieg. I've listened to it once on audiobook, and I'm re-listening to it again because I've just ordered the new hardback Siege of Vrax Krieg book. I'm really excited for that. Cannot wait. So excited for that. Gaunt's Ghost Books Traitor General. I might get that. That sounds like such a good book. There's a lot of books I need to catch up on reading and actually, like, you know, get on, because a lot of it I haven't managed to actually get on yet. I just realized I haven't done the power cell bit here, the heat sink here bit. I'm going to make these a bit dirtier. And then I think that's me done with that. I do want to, and I think I will, darken the main body down a little bit more. If I do this, I'm going to darken the main body down a little bit more. It's like book 7. Oh, right, so you need to read them in order. LasProp would be up here. Oh, in real life, they are like... Well, the thing is, not even that. Even in the books, like, people keep comparing them, like, against Space Marines and stuff. It's like, yeah, lasgun against a Space Marine, you know, you'd have to have a lot of... Either a heavy las, you know, those huge ones on wheels. What are they? Las cannons? You know, to even piss off a Space Marine, probably. But las guns against orcs, las guns, one shot will kill an orc. Like, not just these ones, but, like, in general. Las guns are quite powerful. Like, las guns will kill Eldar and things like that. You know, it's just... But it's just... It just needs, you know, it just needs to be sort of brought into the reality of it a little bit. Like, if these were real, this gun here would kill... Just, oh my god, it's ridiculous how powerful this gun is in real life. Like, not in the books, obviously. And even in some of the books, the lasguns are ridiculous. Like, thing is, in the Krieg book I'm reading now, it says, like, they have a new variant lasgun, which is twice as powerful, but it uses the power cell up quicker. and with that as well uses more power and gets hotter, hence the ribs. So it's a lot. It is a lot. These guns are absolutely incredible, and I would genuinely love to see more quote unquote like realism, if you will, in some of the 40k books where they're like a las gun like can straight up kill a person, like incinerate them, if you will. So I'm just, by the way, I'm off screen a little bit, but I know I'm here, but I'm darkening down the side of the las gun a little bit more because it's not quite as dark as I'd like. I'm just going to darken it down with what's left over of the wet brush, but I'm also picking up some of this new color I've just got, the new color I've just mixed here. I'm dabbing it into some of the wet palette I've got. It's not a wet palette, but the palette is wet. Is wet. So I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to darken down the other side as well. I'm going to take a little bit of water. A bit too much. But either way, dab it on. Kind of wanted that to be a bit drier if possible, but hey-ho. You know what? If I just do that, and not dab it off, that'll dry quite nicely. Do it to both sides. There was a bit of an issue I had with this las gun when I was building it. I was laser cutting all the parts and stuff, and when I was dremeling the edge of one of them, it got caught on the Dremel, and the Dremel had it had a ride wife. Wait, where is it? Ride wife. Hold on, where is it? Hold on, can you guys hear that?
Ride wife.
I'm gonna put it up to 100% on all of these, because I don't know how quiet it is or loud it is for you guys. You can hear it, good.
Ride wife. Life good. Wife fight back. Kill wife. Wife gone. Think about wife. Regret.
I love it. Like I said, the Dremel caught on the edge a little bit, and it sort of it didn't like sand the foam down or take a chunk out of it. It like gave it a ripple effect, and I was umming and ahhing about replacing it, but I was already like so far through the build, there was no chance of me replacing it. So it's still there, and even if I like weather it and cover it up, it still doesn't want to like cover up properly. So I'm currently figuring out what the hell to do with that, but we'll see. I might just leave it, and I might just leave it. Like I said, I'm not going to be using this las gun as my main las gun. My main las gun is already behind me. I love that las gun. That las gun is mine and will always just be my main las gun. I'm not going to change it. People have asked me what I'm doing with these. I've already explained when I was doing the calling it manufacturing it. Yeah, it is. Well, pretty much it is, literally, because I was manufacturing it. It's fucking. If this was for a customer, for example, if I was building this for somebody, I would have, as soon as I damaged that piece, I wouldn't have installed it. I would have thrown it away and done something else. Well, not done something else, just remade it or to recut it. And I need to actually start like weathering the panel lines and stuff as well. There's a few of these panel lines that go around the las gun, and I need to like start really going in there with some black and like differentiating showing the difference between them both. But right now, this is looking shit hot. I think that looks really good. Well, it's hot. It's like a hot shot, Laz. Let me just move this out of the way again. Put that there. So I'm really happy with how this looks. I have darkened this down a considerable amount more. Let me just show you in the light. Let me show you in the light even. There you go. So that's what it looks like in the light. Oh, that could be it then. It could be because my light isn't in the middle. Hold on, let me try moving my light. Cool. Let's try that. Oh, that might work a bit better. I think it has. I think it has worked a little bit better. Damn, son, yes it has. There you go. So that's what the side of the lasgun looks like currently. I haven't done any silver dry brushing and stuff. That's what the barrels look like. The barrels are all like worn and everything. Now you can see the color difference. So I've left the inside of that silver, so it's silver in here. It's got a nice different color to it on the front. I think it looks really nice. I was saying during my servo skull painting streams the other night, I'm planning on building 2 more of these, so I'll have 3, and those 3 are going into a wooden crate that I'll be building with, like, you know, Manufactorum stuff all over it and like Warhammer stuff. Like, basically, it'll be like a Warhammer wooden crate with these slots I can slot the las guns into. And then I'll put a lid, I'll make a lid for it, and then that will be something I can take to cons and stuff and put there as a display piece. Because I do want to make a large Warhammer display for events and stuff. But like I said, I'm umming and ahhing about it because, you know, as much as Warhammer events and stuff, little and often, events that do want big displays don't want to pay a lot for it. So it is what it is. But I would want to make a nice big display for Warhammer cosplayers, and I would dress up in my Death Corps. I'd have my Space Marine there as well, and it'd be really cool. But the second lasgun, the next one I'll be building, is going to be during the tutorial. So I'll be showing you guys how to build one of these, and the pattern gets released. And then the third one then will just be one I build whenever I can build it. Whenever I get a weekend, I'll just build it. Because it's just, you know, why not? Now, with this being done so far, I'm going to move that to here, and I'm going to pick this up, and I'm really happy that I've left this like as is, because I want to show you guys something. So holy crap, the first Gaunt's Ghost gun, gun. I've got guns on the mind. Holy crap, the first Gaunt's Ghost novel was the first original Black Library novel. Holy crap, I didn't know that. Also, can I just say, the Pengler, love that picture you just posted. That's such a good picture. God, it really is an album cover. But yeah, we have been modless for the night. It's worked out really well. I'm very happy with it. I'm just checking. Everything's working well on the Discord. Hey, we have a new join! Ah, Commander Busman, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you've joined the Death Corps. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you so much. What I wanted to show you was the difference. Now, I do love you guys' reactions to the difference and stuff, because, you know, you've literally watched it happen in front of your eyes. So this is what the lasgun currently looks like. It's a bit dark over here because the lights, the camera and everything is blocking a bit of the light. But this is what it looks like. This is what it used to look like. So this is what the Steel Forged Silver from the Color Forge looks like. It's a color match to Lead Belcher. It's super shiny right now, by the way, because it is shining off this light, this bright light I've got right here. If I was just to hold it for you, that's the color it looks like. It's a much duller silver. It's not super, super, super bright. But you can see this is the color difference between there and there, and this is the color difference between there and there. So it is really like night and day, almost literally night and day of how different the silvers and stuff are. So what I have to do now is do the same to this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. I watched it happen and I still can't believe it. I love that. That really makes me happy. I love that. I love that. That's super awesome. I really like that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, like I said, I'm going to just dab this first very wet layer on. Just get it all covered. This is gonna be, like I said, this is like the messiest process, but God, I love it because this is the power cell. There's nowhere really to hold it other than this little nub I've made. So I'll get this all like weathered up now, and then I'll grab the blue roll from the bin and then dab it all over it. And that's the first layer. Now, as you can see, it's barely done anything, but you can see that it's like gone into the recesses and stuff. So the next one now will be pigment heavy. And then we can crack on from there. So let me grab the heat gun. Doesn't need a lot because it's mostly just like a thin veneer of water. And then get this again. Dab all the rest of it off. Nice. Right, let me just dry my hands so I don't end up spreading more and getting fingerprints everywhere. Okay. Gonna go a bit pigment heavy on this one. Not much water. A little bit more water, actually. Oh, a little bit more. Sorry. There we go. So we're going to go again. Pigment heavy. I know I use the word pigment. I know it's paint, but I'm still like... I'm still calling it pigment because, you know, it's heavily pigmented with black. Now, because this is so many sides, I want to do it all in one go if I can. So I'm just going to try my best to cover it all and then start dabbing it off. So there you go. See how dark that is, and dark and horrible that is, and it's all like a bit grim dark, which is exactly what you want. And you grab this grim dark blue roll, start just dabbing it off, and you've already got it. See, it's already starting to work its magic. Now remember, the longer you leave it on, the longer it dries naturally, and then you start taking stuff off it. The more it will it'll stain your foam. Like the more it'll like darken it down, right? So this is where it's up to you how long you leave it. Me, I put it on and seconds before I really start going for it and start taking pigment off and placing it down on the table and just going for it like this. But if you get a lot of pigmentation around things like this, that's fine. Try not to wipe. If you wipe around it, and I'll show you, if you wipe around it, you'll get this horrible like circle around it. I know you can't really see it very well. And then you have to try and cover that bit up and then try it again. But now there's not much pigmentation around there. So if I just go like that again, really get in there, and then dab it off, it's back. So if you do ever quote unquote like mess up, then, you know, there's always a way around it. There's always a way to fix it. I want to make sure that the sides are very heavily weathered, because that's also a part where the gun gets put down on and the magazines get used, the power cells even, get used quite often, and they get thrown around and all this stuff. So, oopsie daisy. There's too heavy a pigmentation on the edge for me, so I'm just going to dab on that. Right on the very edge where I accidentally dragged the blue roll a bit. Paint has pigment in it. God damn, I can't talk tonight. Paint has pigment in it, so it works. That's fair. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, by the way, joining the Discord and joining us here on the stream. I am hoping to do a stream tomorrow night as well, so I'm actually going to leave my table and everything set up as is. Obviously, I'll take the PC and everything into the house like I normally do, but I'm going to leave the table set up so that I can just come back and just start painting tomorrow again. I think that'd be really cool. But I'm hoping tomorrow we can do the woodwork and stuff, which would be really nice. Like the gun's furniture, if you will. The gun's furniture. So, I'm going to get some more paint. Make it a little bit darker. There we go. So now... Ooh, I think that's too dark now, actually. Oh, way too dark. Okay, so I just mixed a bit more pigment into it, and it got a bit too dark. So when I say too dark, I mean it got to the point where I was putting pigment on, and it was really hard to get off. So I'm just watering it down a little bit more, and then remixing in some of the heavier pigmentation. And there we go. So there you go. I can go on now. So you can see now it's almost just black as night. So gonna get this all over it. I'm gonna pick up a bit more of that and rub it in. Really get it in there. There's a saying that I like, which is little and often. So a little amount of like weathering and stuff, but just do it often. And then you can just build up the layer slowly and slowly, build it up, build it up, build it up. There you go. So now that that's pretty much just jet black, I have like barely any silver in there at all. I just slopping it on, making it really just go on there. I'm going to pick up this horrible rag I've got and then just start dabbing it off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and match it a little bit to the lasgun. But I don't want it to match absolutely perfectly like my one, because I do realize that these get swapped out all the time. The lasgun magazine, the power cell even, sorry, doesn't stay with this lasgun constantly. You know, this particular power cell could have been used for like 7 or 8 different lasguns throughout its time, or more, or hundreds. So while it should look roughly the same, I wouldn't mind making it like, you know, a bit darker, or, you know, a slightly different sort of patina to it to make it look like it's a bit different. Because I do intend on making a few of these. I want to make a few of these and get like get an ammo tin and put a bunch of these into the ammo tin. I think that'd be really cool. Just have an ammo tin next to the lasgun on the cosplay table, and then just be like, "Hey, check it out! I got loads more, so we can just, you know, pack them in." And if I can put magnets on all of them, then I can swap these out on this lasgun all the time. Then I can just swap them out, and just, it won't matter which one goes where then. There you go. So that's much heavier weathering. So I'm really happy with that. Much heavier. Little and often is also used for fishing. Yes, it is. Little and often. My old man told me that. So I'm going to clean up this middle trench a little bit. Make it look like it's been... It's not just the same texture everywhere. I'm just going to do that and then texture around it. That looks really nice. I'm really happy with that. Right, okay. Let's check it one more time. Oh, do you know what? Let's do a little bit more up here. There and there, because it's basically because it gets pulled in and out of a lasgun all day, every day. So, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of an idea I've got, which is, ooh, I like that. That was cool. Just wanted to test that out. There we go. And then just get this and just go straight down the middle. There we go. Now these are just like washing techniques and stuff. There's no real like skill to this. Anyone with a mop brush and paint could do this. That's why I like showing people it, because I want people to know that, you know, it doesn't take like, oh, special technique or special paints to get any particular effect. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Like, for example, I tell people the only way I seal my props is with Thompson's Titanium Roof Sealer. Now, sadly, you can't get that everywhere, like in the US and Canada and stuff. So it's, you know, always a bit of a pain with that, because I tell people so often it's the best stuff ever, and it really is, and they see the results I get with it, and then they can't buy it. It absolutely fucking sucks. Speaking of ammo tins, I'm trying to design logos for a lasgun ammo tin. I got an 81mm ammo crate, and all the markings were spray painted over, so I'm making new ones. Oh, that's cool. Love to see that. I posted my explosive warning in the 40k art channel on Discord. Oh my god, I need to see. Let me dry this and I'll have a look. Sorry, just constantly weathering. Like I said, I want the magazine power cell even, sorry. I keep calling it a magazine. I want the power cell to be slightly different. Because it gets used by anyone and everyone. Oh, hell yeah. I just tried something random, and it's worked really well, so I'll tell you what I do now. Oh, okay. 81mm mortar shells. I love that. So, what I just did was I added the weathering into certain spots, but didn't do it all over, so I left gaps. So it looks like that. So it's like almost patinaed. So what I can do then is when I pop it into the lasgun... Oh, it's a bit tight now because of the paint. There we go. See how it doesn't like perfectly match it? It's a bit different. I'm quite happy with that. Very happy with that. But like I said, I will weather it and dry brush it and do a bit more work to it. But I'm really happy with how the power pack looks right now. I need to just literally dry the top of this because I saturated it a bit too much. Right, let's... I'm painting on some of the weathering stuff around right at the edges to see if I can get a particular effect to work. It's kind of working. Yeah, kind of works. Basically, because the magazine or power cell even, God, gets pulled in and out all day, I wanted to see if I can make it so that it has some lines on it from when it gets pulled in and out all the time. That's quite cool. I love that I masked off the magnet, so the magnet has this perfect little bit of tape around it, and I'm really happy with it. But right around the magnet hasn't been weathered enough, in my opinion, so I'm going to just go right around it. And then let that dry. Cool. So, that's the magazine. Get rid of all that. Right, I'm going to wash the mop brush for the first time. Get rid of all of this off my paint palette. Oh, that needs a wash as well. Now then, I'm going to grab some of the old tissues I've got in here because they're all dry as a bone. I'm just going to dry my palette. Ready for the next job. My paint water is jet black. Let's spread you out. Flatten you down. There you go. You're ready for the next lot of that now, so that's fine. That's also fine. That's fine. God, this mop brush, I don't know whether it's going to be clean or full of pigment or... Oh, it's cool. It's clean. Cool. Tell you what, I'm very happy with this 1-inch 1-inch mop brush. Probably my new favorite brush now. Because not only does it hold a lot of water in it, but of course it also holds a lot of pigment in it. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to make sure I really thoroughly dry it out. Get a nice thorough dry on it. That's so cool. God, that's a nice brush. Now, remember, it is... it wasn't cheap, believe it or not. It was like £12. Because it's a Daler and Rowney 1-inch round mop brush. It was like 12 quid from an art shop. But I couldn't turn it down because it looked too perfect. Cool. Right, so far, so good, my guy. Let's go to just me and show you guys how... Oops, easy. Solid. That is how the land's going to look so far. Now, I'm using the yellow light above me, so the colors are going to change a little bit. But can you see where it's dark and where it's shiny? I think that looks so good. Like, so see where the light catches it? All the silver bits, all these little silver bits get caught in the light a little bit as it gets moved. Whereas the body is so dull, it barely catches any of it. But this gets used, and then the barrels as well. They're weathered, but they're still much brighter than the body. So I think I like the contrasted colors. And then you've got this like solid, like matte gunmetal gray tip on it, which I'm gonna darken down a little bit, or if anything, darken down a little bit with a bit of matte black spray paint. But we'll see. But right now, that's how it's looking. I'm now going to do a little bit of dry brushing and detail painting on the rivets and stuff, so that will be done in a moment. But first of all, there's a little thing I want to do on this before anything else. Let's grab... Nope. New... I used to cut the tops off all of these, so I knew which one I was using. But I used the red recently so much. There it is. I used the red recently for a project. So I'm now going to put some red on this because I want the red to be on it. I just like a little spot of red every like that. It's amazing. It looks streaky. Yeah, I know, right? It looks just... I love it. I genuinely love it. It makes me very happy. So I'm going to use this little brush again, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just table cam. Oh, actually, before I do, hey, Galactic Elephant here. Never got the notification. No way. Huh. That sucks. Welcome, Galactic Elephant. Praise be unto him. Discord. Warhammer Art. Oh, hell yeah. Project Affordable to Mars. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that. That's very cool. Damn, that's so good. I might have to work on some of those myself, try and figure out something I can do. That's so cool. The binary around the edge says, may the Omnissiah grant us protection. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Handle with the utmost guile and grace. I like that. Only those sanctified and authorized may handle this box. Ooh, that's very cool. Tom does stuff. Hello, Galactic Elephant. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Also, Comrade Busman, thank you again. I really appreciate it. That looks so, so cool. I think that's genuinely really awesome. we are going to do some red painting on this. So I'm going to go a bit of both. Both them. We're going to use a little brush. I was about to ask where my brush was, but turns out it's in my ear. I can move that over. I need to make sure this isn't on the actual table, because this table is made of that horrible chipboard stuff that soaks up water and then it ruins it. So I need to get a top for it, which I haven't done yet, but I will. Now, if you're worried, by the way, this red needs like 4 layers before it's like fully like done. But I'm going to paint some red on this just on the front of it, because what I'm going to do is do one thin layer covering the entire button. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. Now, the reason being is I don't want it to be a solid color. If it was completely solid, it would look so out of place and unnatural. The reason this is getting one layer is because I can weather it much easier when it's just one layer. As long as it hasn't got any like streaks in it, I'm happy. And that's all it needs. Just that and that, and that's all it needs. Now, that will get weathered, obviously. Not now, but I'm going to wait for that to completely dry. That'll get weathered. And then I've got to derivative and bits and bobs out now. Unfortunately, a lot of red came out of that tube when I did it, and I only needed a little bit. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. This can actually go back into its case. Right, let's check super quick. Nothing. No notifications. That's good. I always have to check my phone during stream. Cool. Right. So this can pop back into this case. I only just noticed the lifetime of murder newspapers that deal with that. Who'd he kill? No idea. I tell you what, that's the thing about using newspapers, is I've always been like, someone will point out like different like things that are on these things. I don't blame you guys, because I would. If I saw newspapers, I'd be like, oh, I need to, like, I'd love to know what that newspaper article is about and everything. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this big painting. Oopsie daisy, dropped my phone. I'm trying to get this big painting mat that's like this rubber mat here, but it's just one big one. So it's like a cutting mat, but it's just for painting. So it's like this big sheet of rubber. And that's what I'm hopefully going to be getting next for the painting stuff. So I don't have to fucking use newspaper all the time. As much as I like newspaper, it's just I have to try and keep sourcing it. And we don't buy newspapers as often as we used to. We still do, but not as often as we used to. So I need to try and figure out a way of getting away from newspaper and just using this big rubber mat thing, which has edges on it like this. So I can make sure that it doesn't like seep onto the table. But the table is going to get a big cutting mat surface on it soon, hopefully. And then that'll be even better. And then I'll be able to do everything I need to then without worrying. Now, we're going to go on to the silver next. Now, what I love about this is with everything... That's a good little amount, that's the way. With everything being so dark on this lasgun, silver gets picked out so nicely. And eventually it'll get a quick spray of a matte black over it, like very from a distance, like barely anything. So these will get weathered like slowly. But then I've got this skull, the skull on both sides. They're going to get painted. Now, I was going to leave it up to you guys because I don't know what to do. I have a choice. Do I go straight silver and paint this just a nice solid silver, right? Or do I go the brass gold again and do both? So I'll have gold on all of them. Or do I leave this gold on this weathery patinaed gold? Or do I do this just straight silver? I've been umming and ahhing since I glued this on, and I can't for the life of me figure out what I want to do, because I like the gold because it just, see how like it sticks out and it's patinaed and everything, it just sticks out so much. I'm worried if I did this just silver, it would be so blended into it just wouldn't work. There you go. Well, if you guys think brass or gold, brassy kind of gold, then good, that's what I'll use, because I have been umming and ahhing about it, and I haven't asked my community yet. I was going to ask you guys, like, and do a poll and stuff, but I just thought, when I get to that point of painting it, I'll be like, what should I do? And then just do it on stream at that point. So all I'm going to be doing now is painting rivets. So if you guys have any questions or anything you want to show me, let me know, because I would happily answer questions now, chat, and anything you need, because I'm only painting the rivets. And the way I've done the rivets this time, I've spaced them out a bit better. They're the same spacing, as in, like, they're in the same pattern as they are on my other lasgun, but I did them so close to the edge before doing any sanding that I sanded down way too close to them. So they're much more inboard now, if you will. So they're not as right on the edge of the foam, so that when I did sand it, they were perfectly fine. I do tell myself that next time I will do these before sanding, but I always forget because I told myself that the last time. So far, this is looking very good. You can already see it on the camera. Looks very good. But that's what I love about doing like a dark color and then doing a bright color over it. It's just, it just sticks out so nicely. There will be, by the way, a stipple effect going on this, like with my other lasgun, and I'll be showing you guys how to do that at some point. I don't want to give you like an actual time, like I'll do it on this stream or next stream, because I don't actually know when I'll do it, because I've got a lot of rivets to paint. Tell you what, I haven't checked the time, because Ranger of Krieg normally helps with the time. I've been streaming since 6, 7, 8. We've done 2.5 hours. That's usually the amount of time I stream for. I do 2.5 hours, usually. I do more, obviously. I've done 3 and 4, but I try and stick to like 2.5. Because I know that people's time is valuable. You know, my time, your time, people's time is valuable. I don't want to bore the shit out of everyone. People have lives. I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys probably have work tomorrow. I don't have work tomorrow. Some guys do have work tomorrow. I'm lucky I'm off every weekend. Because that's my contract. So, let me know what you guys are up to this weekend. Unless you're working, obviously. If you are working, tell me you're working, but just if you're up to something fun, let me know. Welcome back, King Gil. How are you doing? King Gil, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of water. Water this down a little bit. It's a bit too... bit too mushy. There we go. Normally straight out of the bottle, it's fine. My dad and I talk every Sunday, so that will be fun. Oh, that's nice. Genuinely, that's really nice. I like having a nice routine. Nice routine. Talk to your old man. I think that's quite nice. Doing nothing this. Hey, Tom, nice. That's always good. Seriously, that's always good. Well, I wasn't going to stream until I was just like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well. Because I've really enjoyed coming back to streaming. Not that I've been like away, like specifically being like, you know, I'm coming away from streaming, but it's just I've been so busy. I've not had time to stream. So it's been kind of nice to come back and do some streaming. Especially getting to see you guys again and grow my community and just show off my work and show off things I've done, because I've done a fair bit between now and the last time. Well, sorry, the last time and now I streamed. Like, I've done a lot. I tell you what, though, I do need to get my new bolt cutters down and show those to you guys on my main camera, on this camera, because I am so happy with the new technique I've taught myself. So I went online and looked up like different wood grains and stuff. But when I was looking up different wood grains and stuff, I found wood textures and broken pieces of wood, like white paint that had been like rubbed down over years, and it was just like a strip, you could see the nice wood underneath it. And this woman was restoring these cupboards to show how, like, you know, the raw wood was nicer than just a white paint over it with the landlord special. And I thought, that'd be really cool. How could I do that? And I had to work backwards. So I had to go, like, white, like a white standard base, then a heavy white, then like a beige, and then a cream, and then a sand. And then I had to dry those layers in between, fully dry them. Then I got to the sand, and when I got to the sand, I partially dried it. Didn't use the heat gun, I just waved it and partially dried it. Then painted that with brown. They look like hot dogs. I don't know if you saw the pictures on my on my Facebook. They look like hot dogs. They actually look like fucking hot dogs. Once that was dried that with a heat gun then, and then did brown, and then there's a technique I'll teach you guys, which I won't mention now, but there's a technique I will teach you guys because I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Now, should I do the border of this? Yes, I should. Edge highlights. Edge highlights on big props. Why not? Did you guys like the photo I posted of the setup? I wanted to do a little behind the scenes and show you guys the little behind the scenes before the stream started, so I posted a picture being like, I'm streaming in half an hour. I don't think I've ever done like a Saturday stream in a while. Saturday streams have been sort of non-existent for me because I'm always away doing something on weekends. Should I put it down on the... Yeah, I'll be alright putting it down like that. It'll be fine. I'll pick the other ones now. They shouldn't touch the table. Yeah, they're fine. Cool. Then I can paint these ones. So a little bit more water. But yeah, so let's have a look. My dad and I are very close. Our phone calls last a few hours. That's awesome. I fucking love that. I actually have GCSE DT coursework to do. Oh, I loved DT. Oh my god, design technology was my favourite subject. Actually, well, it was between DT and IT. DT and IT were... And art. I liked art. Art was fun. Art was just fun. Art was just such a fuck around lesson. It was so nice. Not like fuck around as in like, you know, just messing around. We still did the work, but it was so... Because it was art. Art was just fun. I really enjoyed art. But DT and IT were my two, like, absolute favourite subjects because, God, it was so much fun. Getting to build stuff and make shit with your hands when you're at school, so all the materials paid for, and you're like, fuck yeah. I really fucked that one, didn't I? I fucked that rivet. I thought that rivet was going to be... I looked at the rivet and I was like, oh, it must be a shadow. And it turns out, no, in the process of making the rivet, I ruined it. Oh, well. What did you say earlier? Manufacturing error. That's going to be my new favourite thing now. Manufacturing error. I fuck up on a cosplay and I'm like, manufacturing error. Because it's true. It's literally a manufacturing error. I was manufacturing the prop and I fucked up, so there's an error in it. Already had some offers for these las guns, which is so funny. They're like, I built it, posted a picture of it like in raw form, just next to my las gun, and I already had messages from people being like, "How much for the las gun?" I was like, "No, don't work like that. No, I'm not selling the las gun. I'm building 3 of them, so no." Like I said, if I did build one to sell, the price would be a bit ridiculous because you incorporate in hours and stuff like that, and you incorporate in your time and the materials and literally everything, the glue, the electric for the workshop, just literally everything. You incorporate your time for it and you work it all out. And sadly, it's more than a 3D printer because, you know, I'm not a 3D printer. 3D printers, you can click and go. Click and you're like, fuck it, leave it. You might come back to a spaghetti monster, but you'll also be fine. Now, I did a mistake on my las gun that I feel. And while I'm not gonna lie to you, while painting this las gun, I've been thinking about repainting my current one, my original one, and see what that's like. But I don't know, we'll see. Because on my one, I went a bit nuts with the silver. I did all the rivets like I'm doing now, but then I also painted this silver. Now, when I say painted it silver, I didn't go easy on the silver, like dry brushed it or made it look like anything in particular, or stippled it or anything. It was just raw silver, like I'm doing with these rivets, and it looked fucking terrible. So when I went back over it with the weathering, not the weathering, with the silver like stippling I did or whatever, I just covered it up and it looked really nice. And now I'm happy with it. Like I said, I'm happy with my current lasgun. Oh yeah, there you go. So there's the red button. The red button is now just like, because it has all that underneath it, it's all good now. Here you go. So see how I painted each of these rivets? I also painted this just silver. But when I went over it with this silver that I sort of stippled over it looks really good. Oh, wow, that is really worn out in those corners. Damn, that's worn out. Okay, right. Quick little detour. We're going to just repaint the corner of my lasgun. Man alive, that's been absolutely ruined. How the fuck have I done that? All the paint's come off and it's gone right down to the roof sealer. Showing that Thompson's 10 roof sealer will just fucking be there forever. But it's gone right down to the roof sealer. So, really quick repaint of the corner of my lasgun. Now, you can see where, I don't know if you can, but I put these rivets way too close to the ends and didn't think about what it would be like when the foam eventually wears out and wears down or whatever, so. Now then, there you go. So I'm slowly just repainting this with just straight silver for now. And then, once this is dried naturally, I'm not going to dry it with a heat gun, otherwise I'll just end up keep working on this gun instead of the other one. I'll go back and I'll weather over it with some black and I'll make it match this. I'll do the same with this edge. Like I said, it's all the edges are starting to go over time. Yeah, this side's fine. This side's not had anything. Madness. Huh. God, the magazine though where I put the gun down on, that is really showing its age. Madness. That gun is showing its age. Does the... Hey, Pinkthorn! Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Does the trigger move? No, it doesn't. It's a lollipop stick. It's just a lollipop stick. The reason it's a lollipop stick, people have told me, like, why do you put triggers on things? Because it's nice to be able to put your your finger on something. Oopsie daisy, I'm so sorry I just knocked the camera. Yes, I did. Okay, how have I knocked this? I've knocked it that way, so I need to come... Nope, that way. Hey! Is that straight again? Yes, it is. The trigger... I'm going to avoid hitting that thing this time. The trigger on this, which is hard to show. The trigger on this, there you go. The trigger on this is just a lollipop stick. And it's just something for me to put my finger on. That's literally all it is. It's so that when I put my finger on something, when I'm wearing the glove, I can feel it. It's hard, and I can feel it under my finger, and I can just put my finger on it, and then it's fine. The tripod has moved back a little bit. There we go. The tripod had moved back a bit to the point where it was on the edge of the table, and I wasn't quite keen on how close to the edge of the table it was. So far, this is what... Oh, actually, I'll fold it this way. There we go. There you go. So far, this is what we've done. We've done the metalwork on it. We've done the barrel on it. We've done the barrel end. We've painted these, which I'm very happy with because these are now all black. We've done some decent amount of weathering on it, which I'm very happy about. Both sides. And both sides look pretty much identical. The barrel weathering is probably my favorite on this gun. I'll probably start doing it like this from now on. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It does need like dry brushing and weathering and stippling and stuff, but considering we've been streaming for almost 3 hours now, so 6, 7, 8, yeah, almost 3 hours now, I'm probably going to call it there for the night, because I'm really happy with how it's looking, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab the magazine. I'm going to pop it back in. And look how cool it looks with that little red dot in it. See that little red dot? I just think that little red dot just adds a little something to it, you know? Just that little spice of colour. It's that little splash of colour. It's just there, you know? And I really like it. So, I'm going to pop that down to one side. I'm going to bring up my lasgun just to show you guys the difference that there are between the two. This one's much shinier in the casing and like the body and stuff and the magazine or whatever. The other one is going to be a lot darker. I'll be doing the stock differently on the other one. I'll actually be holding the stock like this and finding out where it will wear out the most. Like where on the stock will it, you know, where it's going to wear out the most. And it's basically where my hand goes. So it'll wear out a lot here. So I'm going to try and wear it out a little bit there when I'm doing it. Same goes for like the front and stuff like that. So, but this is how my current one looks. Like I said, this one was my first iteration. I don't want to change it too much because I like the originality of it. It's something nice to have and own. You know, it's just something I've cherished over the years. And like I said, I've got a bit of silver work I'll be doing here. It's had a rough time. This lasgun is old tech now, and it's had a rough time, and I need to do a bit of work on it. Maybe one stream will do a bit of work on this gun, and I'll repaint some bits and bobs. But for now, I've got my lasgun. We also, chat, need to do a thumbnail, which I sometimes I do during the stream, but have forgotten to this time. So we're going to do it now. Just got in from work, so a bit burnt out. Hope you're okay, Pink. I know where you work can't be, but I know it's not easy. I know it's not the easiest place to work. It's not the most It's not the least stressful environment. It's quite stressful, if anything. Never fear, I've returned to the Pengler. We are just wrapping up, believe it or not. So he's just about finished. Yeah, basically. So, like I said, though, we're gonna do a screenshot and whatever. A thumbnail and everything. So I'm gonna work on that. So let's do that. Let's grab. Now, I've been doing thumbnails using the stream, but I want to do them slightly different way. I want to get the stream up on my screen and do it that way. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to roll forward. Yep, the little wheel on my chair came off. I knew it was coming off. Always coming off. So, right. Let's go to here. There we go. Right, we're right here. This is awesome. So, I'm gonna... A family member just got back from out of town, so I'll say goodbye now. Great stuff. I need to make it more of these. I think it's time to try to be active in the Discord. I really hope you enjoy the community. The community, I try and keep the community as close-knit and as nice as possible, and it's really, really, really excited to get new people in, and especially yourself. You seem super chill. You seem really happy with the community. You seem happy with the streams, which I'm really glad with. So I'm gonna do a thumbnail, and we'll be back again, possibly tomorrow. I'm not gonna say we are back tomorrow. I'm gonna say possibly tomorrow. Just keep an eye out on my socials. That's what I do. I post to my socials saying stream tonight. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna hide my chat box. And I'm going to grab the painted lasgun and hold it like this. Move you away. You away. That. Right? I can hold it a bit. Actually, if I hold it like that, the light will catch it. There you go. The light will catch it better there. So I'm just going to go a little bit here. Basically, what I'm doing right now, by the way, is figuring out where the text is going. So I'll put it over there, and I'll put it here. So, awesome. Right. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. So I've done that now. I'm going to screenshot it. Basically now, I can go to the live stream, rewind it, Oh no, sorry, I didn't screen up, did I? Yeah, hold on. My mind's still sound. God, I can't hear myself. Ugh. Hate being able to hear myself. Okay, so I'm gonna bring me to here. This here. Or can I rewind it now? Oh, I can rewind it now. Never mind. I can already catch it now, so that's not a problem at all. I don't have to worry about it. Awesome. Right. Let's do that before we end the screen. Screenshot. Awesome. So that screenshot is done. Change pieces in a second. Mint. Right. Can I just say thank you so much for being here. Actually, this is a better screenshot, so I'm gonna go like this. There we go. Awesome. That's a new screenshot. That's a new screenshot. I'm making my own Discord community and subscribe to watching it grow. Oh, it's so nice. When I started off, I only had like 6 people, and now it's like 200 I think. So I don't know. I don't count my Discord. I don't like go through a count. I'm just happy that people are on there. And the fact that I'm getting pings from it all the time makes me really happy. It's when there's quiet days that's when I worry the most. I've just realised. Can you guys actually hear a lot of me? I wonder if that was even audible. If it wasn't, then I've just been talking to myself. But I'm saying it's great to watch a community grow. I only had like 6 people on my Discord originally, and now it's grown into a huge community, and I'm really, really happy with it. So, but yeah, from me, Iron Warrior Cosplay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming over. I really appreciate it. Comrade Busman, thank you so much. The Pengler, I really can't wait to see your community grow. It'd be really awesome to see that happen. Obviously, I really appreciate you being on my Discord as well. There's a... in my Discord, there is a self-promo section. If you want to post your Discord in there, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. So from me, I'm Warrior Cosplay. I have had such a fun time. I genuinely have had a really, really fun time. Let's get chat back up. I've had such a good time. I really want to say again, thank you for everyone for being here. I know it's a Saturday night, and I know not many people really chill on Twitch streams and stuff on Saturday night. So having you guys here really means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for a great time. Thank you, Pengler. Thank you. But yeah, from me, I'm Warrior Cosplay. I have been your host for tonight's stream, and I have had such a great time. I'm gonna go now, pack everything up, and tomorrow maybe we'll do another stream where I paint the wood sections of this and do some dry brushing and some detailing. All right. So from me, I'm Warrior Cosplay. I shall see you all again soon. Bye for now.